we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, cause you won't make it no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life anyway. We only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, cause you won't make it no matter what they say. We should always try to live the positive life anyway. We all know time is running out every day. The people that we know, that life is not a game that we play. If you're not sure about this test, I want the whole world to confess that we all should try to live our life the best way that we can. So I know we only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, cause you won't make it no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life anyway. Oh yeah, oh yeah. We only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, cause you won't make it no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life anyway. We all know time is running out every day. The people that we know, that life is not a game that we play. If you're not sure about this test, I want the whole world to confess that we all should try to live our life the best way that we can. So I know we only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, cause you won't make it no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life. Try to live a positive life. Try to live a positive life anyway. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, cause you won't make it no matter what they say. You Yes. Greetings, family. Greetings, one and all. Greetings, one and all. I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for the applause. Thank you for the applause. Thank you. These people are so great, so honorable that they can give me applause at this day and time. It's your brother King Simon, of course, getting ready to come on in and enjoy myself with this beautiful lady that's going to be coming up in the next couple of minutes. And I want to say, hey, what's up and how are you? That's right, your brother's in the building. Yes, I am. Big up to Unc Rise's son. Of course, big up to Third. I think Third Eye did this one, but big up to them. I want to thank each and every one of y'all, and enough respect to those that are tuning in. Please share the video, share the video, share the video if you like. And of course, this is a special program because we're going to be speaking to the broker, to the celebrities, the one, the only Yolanda Spivey. You've seen her with Boyce Watkins and various other people. So we got her coming up right here on King Simon Presents, and I'm happy to have her because I've known her for some while, and I'll let her tell the story and how she met me. You know, we met years ago at SOBs while I was one of the co-producers, MCs, and I was, of course, a promotional director for the reggae and Caribbean nights. So at SOBs in New York City. If those who don't know what SOBs is, that's Sounds of Brazil. It was a dinner club that provided live music, and I was a part of that history from 1995 all the way to 1998, going into the 2000s. But my last show that I did over there was Dennis Emmanuel Brown, the late great Dennis Brown. I've done shows there. I did Gregory Isaacs there. We did work at Irving Plaza, the Palladium, and various other places. We just did a lot of work. So big up to all the people that's on Facebook and on Instagram. And I want to give y'all a well-deserved round of applause. Y'all have been so nice to me. Y'all, there y'all go. Big up to y'all, 1000%. Yes, so thank y'all for the applause for all the people that's been coming in. And just want to let everybody know that we got a very, very important program today, of course, dealing with insurance, why we should have insurance, why it's important to have various types of insurance, especially for health or life or car insurance, just in case ish happens, like Chris Rock used to say. So we got Yolanda Spivey coming in. And like I said, I've known her for some years now. We go back. And we was reintroduced to each other by a mutual friend of ours, the one, the only Samuel Elarape. That's right, Samuel Elarape from out of Africa. And the brothers did a wonderful job. So, we're about to bring our sister on. And before we bring our sister on, I want to read her brief bio because she is a broker and she has been doing it for quite a while. This beautiful sister has been doing some work. So let's put her promotions on in front here so I can shout her out before we bring her. And then I got to bring her on with a well-deserved round of applause. Now, if you want to contact this broker, to the stars, to the celebrities, like I like to call her, you know what I'm saying? You could contact Miss Yolanda Spivey, and her email is yspivey@mwhitney.com. That's yspivey at mwhitney.com. And her website, the website that she's also affiliated with, is www.mwhitney.com and www.theblackInsuranceNetwork.com. Social media, you go for social media, go to her Facebook. That's right, Facebook.com/Yolanda.Spivey.7. Lord have mercy. And of course, her IG is Yolanda.Spivey. I just love that name, Yolanda. Remember that Yolanda Vega. So we're gonna welcome our beautiful. Before I bring on, I want to make sure I read her bio real quick. Broker and owner Yolanda Spivey began her career in insurance in the year July 2000 as an account manager. During this time, she discovered that her community was being overlooked and undereducated in the industry. She made it her resolve to become a broker to help provide the services they so desperately need. Yolanda has a BA degree in English from Williams-Patterson University with a minor in women and gender studies and an AA in cinema studies. Let's welcome the one, the only Yolanda Spivey. Is there a round of applause coming? Yeah, yeah.
Don't make me laugh, not today. Okay. All right.
Get my applause button on for you, beautiful. Let me make sure you're all right. You all right? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing well. Can't complain.
That's good.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to complain. Like Les Brown say, nobody want to hear it.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Well, I'm glad that you are doing well and looking beautiful as ever. Look at that. Look at you. You are gorgeous.
Whatever. Only for you. Only for you. It's a Sunday. So usually, you look a little rough on Sunday.
Let's give a round of applause for Sunday.
So silly.
I know, I'm crazy. Now, Yolanda, I read your brief bio, which I know is longer and more extensive than that. But I told people that we met years ago, and I want you to tell the story because when you tell it, you are so adamant with it. So you're so animated with it. So tell the story how we met years ago.
Okay, so I was working at the New York Times newspaper as an advertising executive, and I remember I had to call, businesses to try to get them to advertise with the newspaper. Mm-hmm. And I remember calling, I think it was a club, SOBs.
Yes.
And that's how we met. We've met over the phone, and I was trying to sell you ad space, and you was like, yeah, whatever. Do you want to come see so-and-so at the club? I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Oh, yes, honey. And you was like, come on down. And, I put you on the VIP list. And certainly I did go down there and I was on the VIP list and I met you there.
And who did you bring now? Stop playing. Who did you bring with you?
Okay, at the first time I went, I brought my best friend with me. Her name is Lethea. Yeah. The second time, because afterwards, every time when someone hot would be at the club, I would call you up and you're like, yeah, come on down. I'll put your name on the list. So it evolved to my mom coming with me and all that other good stuff. I know you just wanted to talk about my mom just for a second. He loves my mom. I don't know why.
Love your mom. And I think it was Rochelle Farrell, right? Rochelle Farrell.
It was Rochelle. Yes, I remember Rochelle Farrell played. I was like, King, please get me on the list. He was like, no problem. And we had like front row seats to see Rochelle Farrell.
Yes, Rochelle Farrell.
I am forever indebted to you because of that.
Thank you very much, beautiful. And I am
because of you. Bilal flirted with me in the club back in the day. Yes.
Oh, Bilal, the artist?
Yes, he did. Mm-hmm. Yeah, way back in the day. He was giving me the eye, like, "Hey, girl, what's up?" Yeah.
I didn't know that.
A lot of things went down at SOBs you didn't know about. But we're going to keep that to ourselves.
I am not going there. I didn't know those.
Yes.
Yeah. But people, this is the great Yolanda Spivey. I just love that name, Yolanda. It's like I'm supposed to win money with you.
I know, right? Exactly. I wish I could win some money.
But what is so honorable is that we were reconnected by a mutual friend of ours, Samuel Elarape.
Yes. And with Sam, I think you wanted some insurance. How did that go down? I forgot.
I think it was insurance. Yes, insurance. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And Sam and I were friends since junior high school. Can you believe that?
Wow. My goodness.
And I knew Sam since we were about maybe 4 or 5 years old because we went to the same daycare.
Wow, Sammy's family been here for a long time, huh?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So it's funny how everybody's lives just keep passing each other over time. It's amazing. It's beautiful, actually.
Well, so. I'm so happy. Now, I read your bio and I wanted to ask you some questions about women and gender studies. What is that all about before we go in?
It's okay. Yeah. So women and gender studies, it's just studying and putting an emphasis on women and gender, the history of women, the history of gender. It goes into discrimination, a lot of that, and just the involvement of women and gender over a period of time throughout history.
And of course, you took cinema studies too, AA and cinema studies. So wait a minute, you're writing movies and plays and all that.
Oh my God, that was my thing. Yes, I was going to. What I wanted to do is be a movie critic. Okay. So so I got into like film there for a second. I was doing a little acting for a little bit of modeling back. This is way back in the day, y'all, 20 years ago. Good Lord. And so, but I got pregnant. I have my son and things changed. So I changed my major to English, which is my second love. So.
Oh man, that's a beautiful thing to know that I know you can still get into the cinema if you want to. So, and I want to send enough respect to your son because he's an Aquarian like me. So big up to him. Of course.
I love y'all Aquarius babies. Yeah.
Yeah, we wow. We the wow. So once again, family, we're here with Yolanda Spivey, and of course she's a broker to the celebrities. And Yolanda, I wanted to go down some history about insurance before we go into everything else. Give us some history about insurance and where did it all start, or where did it all ended up, and how did we get here with it today?
I know, right?
Yeah.
So insurance started in England. Okay, that was the basis of insurance, the homegrown state of insurance in England, London. And at the time, during that time, there were a lot of fires in England. People's houses were getting burnt down. So they wanted a sure way that in case their house get burnt down, they were going to pay someone to rebuild their houses. And so that's how insurance first, evolved or got started. And it has since evolved when people started to obtain property.
Okay.
And this is where insurance kind of get a little tricky. And a lot of Black people, that we talk about it all the time, because insurance became very big and very heavy during the 1600s when they started to transport slaves over to the Americas. And I would say around the 1700s is when it really started to like permeate, because it was Ben Franklin. He started an insurance company out here in Philadelphia. And then from there, it just started to take off. And once slavery started, they wanted to insure the cargo, okay, and the property. So that was slaves at the time. And so that's when it became really booming. There were a lot of companies at that time that started to pop up and to ensure that, you know, the slaves came from Africa and also other islands, because I really think they were island hopping us around for a long time over here, but we're not going to get into that. They wanted to ensure that the cargo reached its destiny in a safe manner. And if it didn't, then they got paid out on the insurance claims.
Oh, okay. So that's how it all. That's the basics of how it all. So they insured us as Negroes. That's what you.
Of course, yeah. And you know what's so dangerous about that is that I was, and I have to do a little bit more research on this, but they used to kill Black people on purpose. They used to kill the cargo on purpose just to reap the benefits from the insurance claims that they felt like they were not going to pay out, or receive a payment for the cargo.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So that could be going on today.
Yeah.
Yes, because like, even for organ donating and all that, like Dr.
Oh, yes.
used to speak about, and getting the insurance, and you know, and this is happening in the music industry also.
Yes, it is
Happening around the world, and car accidents. All of a sudden, all kinds of car accidents and accidents going on, where even celebrities are getting caught out there. And I know artists was also getting robbed from their insurance and the stuff that they was connected to the labels that they was with.
Exactly. Yes.
So now, now there's various types of insurance. Can you tell the audience why is it so important to have insurance of all kinds, whether it's health, life, or whatever? What's the most important insurance that you would say?
Okay, the most important, of course, is life. Okay, and there's his reason was why, but life. I mean, But okay, so insurance is important because, I mean, you just want to make sure that you're protected. If something happens, you want to ensure that you could rebuild your life, you know? So insurance is put in place for that to happen. Life insurance is good because it protects your family for generations to come. So, and also it just protects you guys from holding like GoFundMe's and fish fries and things of that nature, so that you can give your older folks a proper burial, and you're not out there begging somebody for $5 to help bury your people, you know? So insurance is, I mean, it's so important. A lot of people think it's useless, but it's very important. It's a very important tool to have in your household.
You know, I think there's a feedback going on. Hold on a second. You all right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. In other words, we could say that insurance is definitely important in case if you do transition, you don't become a burden to somebody else, right?
Exactly, because that's what we all do in the Black community every time. And I just seen one today on Facebook. Someone's father passed away. She's asking for, donations towards his burial. That's something that we kind of like really we need to put our heads up and bury our peoples with dignity.
No, and
even a small insurance policy, something, you know.
Yeah. No, you're right, because I myself as a novice to this, and you being my insurance lady, as far as I will insure a building and my events before I insure myself. That's
exactly.
And I guess because of the lack of knowledge about insurance from either our parents who already had insurance, their own houses and buildings, but they didn't teach us. Now
they didn't teach us, but there's a reason why.
Right. Please explain.
So back in the day, my people. I just feel so sorry for when I think about the gravity of all that we've been through. But back in the day, Black people, they did pay their, they did have insurance. They did the right thing. And they always got screwed. You had some of these crazy ass insurance people or salesmen coming around, collecting their money. And then when they had a loss, they couldn't, collect on a claim because the insurance person they entrusted their money with, they ran off with the money, or they weren't applying their premiums to their policies. Mm-hmm. Or sometimes when they found out they were Black and they lived in a certain neighborhood, they would put stipulations in the policy that prevented them from collecting on claims. So Black people for a long time had just a mistrust with the industry altogether. And that's understandable. Mm-hmm. It's understandable. So now what I do, like as a broker, I do my due diligence because I know that over time we have been screwed by this industry. That's one of the reasons why I got into the industry, and then, I do my due diligence with these companies. I make sure that I do my research. If they participate in any type of activity that is degrading to our community, I don't do business with them at all. At all. And that's like investing in prison labor or in prisons and things of that nature. I do not do business with them.
So you actually do what's going on?
Yes. Oh, for sure.
And that's good to know, sister, because like myself, because I wasn't taught, and I know my grandmother and my mother and them have insurance, but they never sat down and really spoke to their children and said, look, this is what you need. And some mothers take insurance out on their own child, which you suggest that they do, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. As soon as that baby pop out the back, it's something, because man,
it's true.
Yeah. Get a policy. And you know why? Also because children are perfect, okay? First of all, the insurance is going to be cheap. They don't have hardly any health issues, all right? And lots of times when those babies grow up, you don't know what's going to happen. I hate to say, and it may sound morbid, but things happen. Sometimes these kids, they run amok, and you just want to make sure that they are protected just in case they go another way in life.
Right. And I think that's very important for people to realize. What Yolanda Spivey provides is a service that many of us may not understand, because some of us think we're invincible.
Yeah,
we're still invincible. I'm telling you, our family, being fully transparent, me and her have been going back and forth about me doing life insurance for 3 years. And believe me, I still didn't get convinced until probably now that we're in the midst of what we're into now, this reset. But also realizing that my own children have insurance. My sons have their own insurance, and I'm like, wow, they had it before me.
Yeah, they probably knew the importance of it.
Yeah, they're into business, so they have insurance on the children and all that, and the importance of insurance, and like Chris Rock, insure in case ish happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Chris, here's a query himself.
Exactly.
So what would you say to the person that don't know, who wants to be educated more about this? Can they go to your website and be more educated about this?
Unfortunately not. We have to put some things in place, but I am developing some things for the public to educate them a little bit more about insurance policies and how it can be beneficial to them and their families. Because I do know, like, one thing about insurance as Black people, we find the subject boring. It is boring. But it's something that's important that we should make sure that we are just educated on, right. Because you don't want to get screwed. And also, you just want to make sure that you have the best policies in place for you and your family, and also for your lifestyle. So.
Now you said best policy. What do you mean by best policy? Now, I know there's different prices and different ranges. Let's say different ranges. What would you say the best policy for a family of 4?
Okay. So, I'm assuming that we're talking about life insurance at this point.
Life insurance, yes.
Okay, yeah. So thinking about a family of 4, I would think, first of all, is the family young? Second of all, what is the affordability factor? And third, what type of insurance do they want? So with the children at the base, I would definitely give them a whole life policy off the bat, whole life, because with whole life, it's like an investment. You are putting money into the policy, it's being saved on the back end. So this way you could utilize the money later on in life if you need it. Okay. And so I know a lot of people, like I set up whole life policies where people are actually retiring off their whole life policy. I have one set up for my son. Okay, I'm not going to tell you guys how much it is because I don't want nobody marrying him and then, taking his pay. Right? Yeah. But you can actually.
I understand.
Okay. My baby gonna die. Okay. So, but you can actually take a policy, a whole life policy, for instance, and by the time your child is like 40 or 50 years old, they can have a lot of money sitting in that policy, King, that they can utilize later for life. If they want to put money in a business, buy a house, just leave it there and let it, grow. A whole life policy can do that for your children. It's like having an investment account for them, basically. So whole life for the kids, straight up.
So people actually use their insurance and invest it into other things if they want, even while they're alive.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh my God. It's like the possibilities are endless. Okay. Endless.
And how do you go about doing that? Now, how would that
look at you? You want to know, don't you?
Stop playing.
All right. I can tell you guys a little shun.
Okay. Little show.
Yeah. So, I would say with certain policies, for instance, the universal life policy, those are some really good policies to throw money into where it grows for a short period of time. And then you take it out after it hits its peak in growth. And then you can utilize that money later on. Now, I set up those type of policies, especially the index universal life policies. I set them up for parents who want to save for their children's college education. That's a good example of why someone would take out an index universal life policy. I save it. I have that for people who want to, for a short period of time, just invest and let their money just grow for whatever purposes and reasons. Some people want to save for 10 years for a house or, for their business, for business reasons. So an index universal life policy is the best way to go because it has like a 12.5% interest rate, which is unheard of in some instances. And in some cases, it can grow up to 18% in interest. So if you like to play with money a little bit, that's the way to go. But remember, it's a life insurance policy. So there's some good things about it. If you pass away, your beneficiaries will get the face amount of their policy. The downside is if you let the money sit there without touching it, it starts to leave out the account over time. So that money is only good for a short period of time. That's it.
Okay. Those that are just tuning in, we are speaking with Yolanda Spivey. You're more than welcome to email her at yspivey@mwhitney.com. And you can go to the website, that's www.mwhitney.com. Or, hey, I like this website, www.theblackinsurancenetwork.com. Social media, of course, is on Facebook, Yolanda.Spivey. And of course, IG is Yolanda.Spivey. Now, somebody asked the question, what about the New York 528 policy? What is that all about?
Oh, gosh. Wait a minute. Okay, what is another name for it? Because everybody has a name for this, that, and the third, but what is the other name for it? If you give me the other name for it, I'll be able to let you know what it is.
Okay, so moving right along, as far as these different policies, now, what about health insurance? What do you say about health insurance as far as people getting health insurance?
Oh, good Lord, health insurance sucks. I'm not even gonna lie.
Why you say that?
Okay.
Please.
Because first of all, it's so expensive. Just for like a simple policy on a 30-year-old person, male or female, it's about $300, $400 a month. That's a lot of money. Come on. For insurance, that's just ridiculous. So I always tell people, depending on their income bracket, I tell them it's best that they wait until the open enrollment period, which is in November, and they should go into Obamacare basically and select a plan from there, because then it will go according to their income, and it will be a little bit more affordable for them. But if some of my wealthier clients, they don't mind paying it because they need health insurance, so they don't mind paying a $600-$700 premium every month for themselves because they need it, and also it's a tax write-off, for them, So, but yeah, health insurance, but it's something that we do need, because I mean, if anything happens to you, anything, and you go into the hospital, you don't want to walk out of the hospital with a $30,000-$40,000 bill.
Right.
So health insurance will help, pay some of those costs for you.
That's what that person's saying, the 528 student policy. Apologies.
Oh, okay. I do not like them. I do not like them. No. Don't. You might as well put your money into a index universal life. And the reason why is because, first of all, the 528 policies, he said New York 528. So I was like kind of not understanding, but it's just a 528 policy.
Right.
The interest rate sucks on them. And then the premium that you put into it, it's a lot of money. You can actually take that premium that you put into those policies and invest it in like the stocks and make off better than the amount of return you'll get into those policies. And another thing, sometimes those policies trap you as a parent. Like if you try to pull your money out of it, you can't. And that's a no-no. So I'd rather invest it into an index universal life policy. I don't necessarily like the 528 policies at all.
Someone is asking about the health saving insurance policy. You heard about
the health savings, insurance plan. I mean, what it does is it allows you to take a portion of some of your money and you put it into like a health savings account, so that if you get prescriptions and things of that nature, you can take you don't have to come out of your pocket with it. It'll just come out of that HSA account. I personally do not like it, because if you're a healthy person and you hardly take prescriptions and you're hardly at the pharmacy, there's no need to have that type of health insurance. You might as well just have a plain Jane health insurance. But if you have somebody who has compromised health, like diabetes or HIV or something like that, I don't know. And they need to go because those are the type of people that go to the doctor all the time, then that policy would probably benefit them.
I was watching you and Voice a couple of weeks ago, and dropping some very good information, especially about what's happening now with insurance businesses and the COVID situation. Now, you say business will be affected by the COVID the COVID situation, or will people in general be affected as far as insurance is concerned?
Oh goodness. Okay, so of course we know businesses are affected. Affected. I said infected. So, businesses are infected by what's going on with the COVID. I mean, a lot of them have had to close their doors. We're now in a reopening process, but as far as the insurance industry goes, and I was explaining this to Dr. Boyce the other month, they put stipulations on the policy that prevents anyone from collecting on premiums that is associated with certain viruses and diseases. So back in the day, like in the 90s and also the early 2000s, when MERS happened and other types of diseases, these viruses happened, people were collecting on the insurance claims because they had loss of business. They had to close down their business because of the virus. So the insurance carriers, they caught on to it. So then now they put stipulations in the policy that prevents people from trying to file a claim when tragedies like this happens. I don't try for a second. So so when it happens, so when it happens, it just changed the whole entire insurance. Like the insurance industry, they are not dumb. They will remix a policy real quick, okay? They will add an endorsement on to your policy real quick to change the whole entire provisions. So this way, people cannot collect on certain claims because they do not want to bankrupt themselves. They will bankrupt themselves, and they don't want to do that. So they put things in place to prevent that from happening.
Right. And, someone just asked about what about tax savings on HSA? What is an HSA? You know that?
The health savings accounts and things that we were just talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, yeah. So, with the HSA, and please forgive me, y'all, because I'm a little rusty on that. It has been years since I've done a HSA policy because I
Oh,
don't really sell them, King. And the reason why is because most of my clients who come to me, they are actually healthy people. They don't
okay.
have, compromised health or anything. They eat juices and berries and all kinds of stuff. Like,
Like me, like me.
like you, yeah, especially you. You on it. You on it. I'm trying, boo. I'm trying. I'm getting there. But so they really don't need those things. But yeah, so the money does go into the account tax deferred. So this way, supposedly, you are saving money, and it's most of those accounts are linked with your employer. Your employer. So I don't know what to say about that. It's
Okay.
just,
Don't stress yourself. Don't stress yourself.
yeah, I don't know what to say about it because it's just like you don't save a lot of money in taxes. Just put it like that, boo. Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay.
And again, if you are a sickly person, maybe it will be beneficial for you. Maybe if you are always, again, running to the pharmacy, always, because the health savings also, it's not just about prescriptions, it's about Tylenol, things that you use like cold medicines and things like that. But if a person is into their health and they don't take those over the counter stuff and they, again, are into alternative ways of medicine, that's not the account for them.
Right.
Okay, that's not the type of insurance, health insurance you should explore, basically.
Now, that's interesting about that because you said earlier about a person should insure themselves or the child from the time they come out the womb. Now, what is it? When is it too late to insure a person, or does it become much more when you get older, and does it become much less when you're younger?
Oh, for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, when you are first born,
Mhm.
okay, you can get $100,000 policy for like maybe $15 to $20 a month. And that's really cheap. Um, and of course, the older you get, the more the insurance is going to cost because you're closer to your expiration date, you know.
Mhm.
So most people who are over the age of 89 cannot get insurance with most carriers. Some
Mhm.
carriers will give you insurance up until the age of 95.
Mhm.
But of course, there are other stipulations that are involved with that. Um, but for the most part, the older you get, the more the insurance is going to cost. So, for instance, if you have $100,000 policy, a newborn, it'll be about, again, $15 to $20 a month. But for an older person, same exact policy for 100,000, it's going to cost about maybe $1,200 to $1,300 a month if they're like in their 80s. So do you see the difference?
Yeah.
It's,
Wow.
there's a stark difference between being young and old and getting insurance.
Because what it's more, you have much more longer time to put into the insurance.
Yeah, exactly. And also, again, insurance is an investment.
Yes.
Okay. And a lot of people are not understanding that it's an investment. So over time, what does an investment do? The money sit, marinate, and makes money. So the insurance carrier is not going to make money off of an 89-year-old person. The money that they're using, your premiums that you put into the policy, it's like almost as if they're just giving this 89-year-old person $100,000 because they may die the next day, so they're going to charge you and make sure that, you pay a significant amount of money. But for someone that's young, that's an investment for them because they're paying their premiums every month, but they have like 99 years to pay that premium. So over time, that's a lot of time, a lot of money the insurance carrier is making on that person's account.
Okay. Those that are just tuning in, we have the one, the only Yolanda Spivey. Of course, her website is mwhitney.com and the blackinsurancenetwork.com. Hit her up on Facebook at Yolanda.Spivey. She got some very interesting conversation on Facebook, so make sure you check her out.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Also on IG, Yolanda Spivey on IG. I'm telling you, family, you make sure you show that love and show that support. And Yolanda,
Thank
with as far as insurance is concerned,
you.
as
Mhm.
people with a lot of children, and what do you tell the people with, of course, the amount that I have or more? uh,
Mhm.
how much should they at least try to buy into it as far as insurance is concerned? What type of insurance you think they should get? What?
Okay, so are you talking about a parent who has a lot of kids,
Yes,
and are you talking about a parent who wants to leave their children something behind
yes,
in
yes,
case something happens?
yes.
Yeah, so that's a sticky subject because I always tell people to go get insurance where they are.
Hmm.
Okay, right where they are, their current financial standing.
Hmm.
Get insurance according to where you are right now because you do not. One thing a lot of people do is they come to me for insurance, right?
Hmm.
They want like $1 million policy because it sounds nice. But when I hit them with that $1 million premium, they got to pay every month. They're like, oh, snap. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you can get a policy that you can afford, something that you can pay on a monthly basis or maybe a yearly basis, and it's not going to really hurt you. And the last thing you want to do is break your neck paying insurance. You don't want to do that because if
Mm.
there's a crisis, the last thing you're going to do is pay your insurance policy. That's the last bill that people pay. They don't think of anything else. They're thinking about the lights and food and things like that. They don't really think about the insurance too much. So you want to make sure that the policy is affordable
Mm.
for you, something that you can just pay with your eyes closed every month with no issues. So I
Mm.
tell them to start there.
Right.
Okay. The next part is what type of policy. Most people cannot afford a whole life. Whole life is king of insurances. All
Mm.
right. It's like owning a house. All right. So the next step over is a universal life policy. That's more affordable. And that's where what a lot of my clients get. Because a lot of my clients, some of them they don't have a lot of money, and that's understandable. So a universal life policy, especially a guaranteed universal life, will allow them to have a policy set for life. That premium is not going to go up or down, and they will have that policy for the rest of their life. And the premium is very, very affordable. So I tell them to go with that type of policy. The difference with that policy is this: you don't save money on the back end like you do with a whole life. That's
Mm.
the difference. But
Okay.
that's a good policy to have for the rest of their lives. It's not going to go up or down again. And they can get a lot of insurance for pennies on the dollar with that type of policy.
Mm. Once again, family, we're here with the one, the only Yolanda Spivey. Remember the website, EOS, sounded like Red Alert,
Yeah.
mwhitney.com. That's mwhitney.com or theblackInsuranceNetwork.com. Remember, social media, hit up on Facebook, that's Yolanda.Spivey. And of course, IG, that's Yolanda.Spivey. Hold on, let me make a quick announcement here. Just want to remind everyone, as you can see on the board, up next, right here on King Simon Presents, on Wednesday, May the 20th, we got Ram Omar, the God of Art Master. That's right, he's going to be here. He's done artwork for people like Erica Badu and of course Baba Heru and India Irie and all types of people. So this brother has the art that just comes down, he downloads this stuff. So great master number, brother. And also on Sunday, May 24th, I have Morticians Who Care. The one, the only Tyrone Muhammad. Muhammad will be here with me. Now, this is a brother that I brought one time to an event, and and this brother, let me tell y'all something. This brother brought out the almost brought the cadaver to the event to show people what they do to the body. So I said, no, before you traumatize somebody, before you do something, please just bring pictures. And he's serious. He's serious. But he's one of those morticians that care, and I wanted to bring him on because I want to let people know about the misconceptions of, during this time, this pandemic time. There's a lot of stuff going on with the morticians in different parts of the world, so we want to make sure we have a good brother that comes in that's doing quite great work right here in the tri-state area, Brother Tyrone Muhammad. And on May 27th, Wednesday, May 27th, we have Felicia Harden, filmmaker. of happy filmmakers. She produced short films. She's done great work as far as the film industry is concerned. So enough respect to her. She's coming in, and on May 31st, we're going to premiere an interview with me with a great interviewer, a great interviewer, and it's going to be talking about my new up and coming book that's coming out in a couple of years called When the Late Bell Rang, and it's an autobiography of my life. So it's going to be something else. It's going to be something else, family. And one thing I want to remind everybody also that pre-orders for my next book called Numerovation for Mental Stability will be available on June the 1st. So you'll be able to pre-order in June the 1st, and the book release. The book will be released in August or September. But right now, as you can see, I put a lot of different posters on Instagram and Facebook and showing that I'm on work every morning. I'm up adding more and doing the hours work in my book and all that. So it's called Numerovation for Mental Stability, because believe me, there's people going cray in this day and time. So we're trying to help y'all out by trying to show you how to use your own mathematics, your numbers, and your birthday and your date to give you guidance. But believe me, I do have a disclaimer there. This is not, I'm not taking away from anybody who needs to go to the mental health practitioner or whoever they got to go to. No, I'm just showing you there's other different ways that you can help to go through the process and heal and grow and be your very best while you're going through whatever we're going through in this situation. So back to our beautiful sister, the one, the only Yolanda Spivey. Now, what would you tell our audience now? And now that we're going through this and all the stuff that's going on, people are losing jobs, people are losing apartments, people are losing houses, people are losing all types of stuff. What would you say in regards to insurance and people getting insurance at this time during this time?
Oh goodness. Well, I know people are losing jobs and houses and stuff like that, but the government did set up some mandates for people to get like unemployment. Even people who haven't worked, they can still collect a little bit of a check, from the government if they need to. And I mean, as far as insurance goes, I would tell people to, number one, if you have a life policy, get it. I mean, well, no, pay the premium. If you have a life policy, pay the premium. Make sure that's the first premium that you pay, because if anything happens and you become sick, or not just that, if anything happens to you for any reason, you want to make sure that your family can, still take care of your last needs.
Oh, well, No, because I just posted a question by one of my teachers, Lloyd Strayhorn is on there. He says, Simon, with COVID-19 virus, my understanding insurances are changing some of their requirements as well as raising their rates. Please ask Yolanda, is that true?
Requirements, yes. Rates, no. Actually, that's something I was going to say. Speak about is the rates have actually decreased with a lot of the auto insurance companies. I know I got my decrease. They're actually cutting some of the premium by 15% off of most policies. So you can actually save money on your auto and your renter's policy. Oh, that's another thing I need to talk to your audience about is renter's insurance. Okay. But as far as requirements, man, yes, they are changing some of the requirements. I write a lot of home care agencies. I don't know if you know what that is, King.
No, I don't. Please.
Okay, home health aides.
Yeah.
A lot of our ladies, they have these, their own little businesses doing home health aid work. And so I insure them. Now, some insurance carriers have totally suspended that type of insurance. All right. And a lot of insurance that has a lot of companies that insure people that have businesses that have a lot of contact with other people, they are actually not insuring those people right now because they don't know how COVID-19 is going to play out. And they don't know if the claims related to COVID-19 are going to increase. So they have stopped writing certain types of businesses, some insurance carriers. So
now, are they different protocols in different cities as far as insurance is concerned?
Oh, yeah. Insurance is like state-based. So depending on the state, it's really not the city so much,
right.
But your state is different. I know in New York is one of the hardest places on earth
Maybe
to
that's why
insurance.
Maybe that's why Lloyd said that, because we're in New York.
Yeah,
Well,
oh yeah, yeah. But it's just so expensive. A policy in New York would be maybe 25% more than a policy out here in New Jersey. I'm in New Jersey, so
right, right over the river.
yeah, yeah.
God.
So it's expensive, and then a lot of carriers who write in other states, they don't write in the state of New York, so it's kind
Mm.
of hard to find insurance. You know, New York doesn't have a big variety of options, basically.
Okay. Well, family, I'm glad that people are throwing questions. Again, Lloyd is saying, Lloyd is saying, my understand. Hold on, let me find that question. He said, let me put it up there. He said, my understanding is life insurance policies. I'm aware, what car insurance dropping their rates? Are car insurance dropping their rates? I said, I guess he's aware of that.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So, as far as life insurance policies, no, the rates are not going up.
Mhm.
No, the rates are not going down either. Of course not. But I will say this, they have changed the requirements as far as how you can get life insurance.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
For instance, if they had stipulations that you had to take a physical, now because of COVID-19, how can you take a physical? Doctor offices are closed, nursing stations are closed. So now if you go through initial underwriting and everything clears, you can just get a policy without having to take a physical. So if you don't have life insurance, right now is the best time to get it
Mhm.
because you don't have to take a physical.
Right, right. This is the best time. But once again, family, I'm not gonna keep my beautiful sister for too long. She's really not even used to doing this, like stuff like this. She's so in behind the scenes.
Yeah, you know me.
She's so behind the scenes when it comes to this stuff. But I'm so honored that she was able to come on and share her wisdom. Once again, if you want to contact her, please email her. Very reasonable rate, because I actually just did mine actually. So I'm just waiting for whatever I got to do and make it happen. And because this has been such a very good season for me, I said, well, let's make this happen due to the people that supports and people that shows me love right here on YouTube and around the world. And I just want to remind everybody, please go email her at yspivey@mwhitney.com. That's Y Spivey, as of course Yolanda Spivey, at mwhitney.com. And of course, the website is www.mwhitney.com. And the other one there is www.theblackinsurancernetwork.com. And of course, the social media on Facebook is Yolanda.Spivey. And of course, IG is Yolanda.Spivey. Any last words, my beautiful sister, you want to tell my audience before you?
Yes, I did want to speak a little bit about renters insurance because a lot of people, especially as Black people, we live in these apartment buildings and things of that nature, and we don't know the importance of having a renters policy.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
so first of all, renters insurance is very cheap. Okay,
Mhm.
it's only about maybe $20 a month, if that.
Mhm.
Okay, you can even find a cheaper policy, maybe for like $15 a month.
Mhm.
And in addition to that, it covers not only your contents, but it covers just in case somebody wants to sue you. If they come into your apartment and they injure themselves and they want to sue you, it
Mhm.
covers you for that, for lawsuits from that. It also covers you just in case there's a fire or some water damage or whatever the case may be. Okay. It will pay for you to stay in a hotel, and it also pay for food until your place is fixed or until you find another place. So renters insurance has a lot of benefits that a lot of us are not aware of.
Mhm.
So please get renters insurance for your apartment if you do live in one.
And what about people with houses? How's that working as far as the insurance is concerned? And if there's any damage and house fire damage, anything else during this time?
Yeah, so I mean, same thing. House insurance, homeowners insurance. If you own your home outright, please do not think you do not need insurance
Mm-hmm.
because it's a matter of the insurance carrier cutting you a check for like $400,000 if your home is burnt down to a crisp, you
Mm-hmm.
know, versus not having anything at all. So for a few dollars, and the homeowners insurance is a little bit more, but it's worth the risk because it covers you for anything over and beyond, um, not just the home itself, But say, for instance, you get into a fist fight, and I know this sounds real crazy, but this has happened, all right? So you get into a fist fight, and you hurt somebody, or somebody want to sue you because of the fight. If they sue you, you can file a claim through your homeowners insurance company.
No, wow. Get out of here.
Yes, you can. If
Wow.
they sue you and they win, you can file a claim against your homeowners insurance company to pay the claim, because it also pays like for and some policies are getting smart and they eliminating this, but they pay for anything that you do on a personal level, personal liability.
Mm. Do you do consultations? What? How much is your consultation? You got your own little price and rates, or you just do free consultations? What you do?
They're free. For my people, they're free.
That's so cute. For my people, they free. You heard what you said.
Yeah.
You said the mother flipping four-letter word. Free.
Yeah,
Thank
I don't charge for consultations because this is something that we should have. And
right.
also I love us, and we get messed up from other things, and me passing on the knowledge is what's important.
That
So,
that is so important. Let me put that on the board. So free consultation.
oh Lord.
I gotta make sure I spell it out for our people.
By appointment only.
By appointment only. That's right. And the only
And
way
we're located in 47 states. Let people know that.
you're located where? 47 states?
47 states, yes.
Ooh, she in 47 states.
Yes, we
Lord,
are.
that's interesting because 7 adds up to 11, which is a 2, and you're born on the 20th. So let me find out.
Look at you. Look at you.
Let me find out.
You the best. I love it.
Make sure y'all contact her. You can email her. Her email is on there. She ain't giving out her number, so she'll give you a number when she get there. But you
No,
do
they can have my number. It's 833 Bob
yeah,
Black.
give
833-289-2525.
833 by Black. Yeah, let's get it right here. Stop playing. I'm with
Yeah.
this.
833-BUYBLAK.
And,
By Black.
and the numbers are, let's just in case these people are
Yeah.
slow.
833
Uh-huh.
289 2525.
289 2525. Let me make sure it's on 2525. Let me make sure that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Let me put that up there. Somebody says thoughts about pre-America insurance.
Primerica. You want me to? That is like another whole entire hour conversation. But I will say this with Primerica, I am not a fan. I think they are predatory to the Black community. When you get a representative, they kind of hound you into not just buying a policy from them, they also hound you into joining their organization. And they give you these big promises of making a lot of money and eventually owning your own office and all this other good stuff. And what they are skipping out are two major things. Number one, they own your licenses. So once you get your license and insurance and everything, they have it under their office. And then number two, they drastically cut their representatives out of money when they first become reps with Primerica. So for instance, if they say you're going to make X amount of commission with them, know that you can earn 70% more with someone else. They are very predatory to us. I do not like them. I do not like their practices. And I'm not here to speak against them. It's just that I do not like their practices. Okay. Anytime, and this is for Black people, anytime you go through a company like that, you'll never get rich because it's almost like a pyramid scheme. The person that's getting rich is the person that sits on top because they're taking 75% of the money you should be making while you're out on your own, if you were out on your own. So yeah, I don't condone their business practices at all. Now, their insurance that they do have, the insurance products are legit. Okay. So if you do have a Primerica policy, that's fine because I think they go through Transamerica. So the insurance policies are legit, but their practices aren't. And another thing, they sell products that is not how can I say, their products is not expanded. They only sort of sell limited products. Okay, limited products. So they're not going to give you what you need. They're going to give you what they have, and sometimes what they have is not what you need personally for you and your family or your personal lifestyle.
Mm. Wow. Thank you very much for that. Somebody just shouted you out from Happy Film. Shout out to,
Oh, I know
yeah,
that.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
my
they out
client.
here. Yeah, that's what you got both of us in the class. You know, she's like, this
Yeah,
was
that's my client. What's up, man?
shout out to King Simon and Yolanda Spivey, two individuals who have been instrumental in assisting the furtherance of Hoppy. Of course, we're going to help out with the Hoppy. It's all about business and making money from ancient times. Stop
That's
playing.
right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, well, beautiful. I want to thank you very much for being a part of this journey that I've been on King Simon Presents. I hope to bring you back on again. You know,
Sure.
you
Yes,
know.
sir.
And
Yes,
once
sir.
again, please, 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 like she says, that's one. She got her number. The number, of course, again, let me put it on the screen: 1-800-833-1833. Buy black, or 1-833-289-2525. That's
Got it.
2525. Stop playing. And free consultation. Stop playing. Hey, let me put
Oh,
that
Lord.
free. That's free. Stop playing. And somebody just asked if you got it, if you're in North Carolina. If you're,
Yes, I am. Oh, yeah, that's one of our states. We love North Carolina. That's what's up.
all right, so you heard her. You heard her right here on King Simon Presents. She's in North Kakalaki. You better stop playing. Y'all better, again, make sure you email her. You see the email on the board here, yspivey at mwhitney.com. And of course, www.mwhitney.com. And of course, www.theblackinsurancenetwork.com. Her social media is on Yolanda Spivey over there on Facebook, and then Yolanda Spivey on Instagram. Yolanda, I want to thank you very much for hanging out with me and enjoying our time together. I'm so glad we had this time together.
Yes, finally, right? And King, let me tell you something. People don't know you, yo. Like you big out there in the streets. Like people like you before what you're doing now. Like, and I just want to say thank you for our 20-year like friendship because we've been friends for over 20 years now. So
Pleasure, pleasure,
that's
pleasure.
a long time, and thank you. I
That's a long
appreciate your
time.
presence, man. Thank you
Well,
so much.
well, I love and respect you, my sister. Let me give you applause. Thank you very much. Let me give you that applause button out there. Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm going to pay all of them later. And
How much you paying them?
yeah, I'm gonna pay them digitally.
Sure.
They gonna get a digital Bitcoin.
Yeah. Okay. Mhm.
All right, there. You be safe. All right.
Thank you, Boo.
All
Yes,
right. Be
you be
safe too.
safe too.
All right. That's the one, the only Yolanda Spivey. We want to thank her for being a part of this journey right here on King Simon Presents. Remember, share this information because this information needs to be shared. You know what I'm saying? This information needs to be shared by all you great people out there. Just to let you know, of course, that it's all about informing the people. No drama, no craziness. You know, just about informing the people. Once again, just want to let everybody know, as you can look on the board, up next week, this week coming up Wednesday, May the 20th, we're going to be speaking to Ram Omar, the God Art Master. He's the one that puts those excellent, great ancestors on his shirts, on his jackets, on his mask. I mean, on his clothes, on his shoes. You see Kaba Hayawata wearing his clothing on the documentaries. You've seen Erica Badu wearing his clothing. You've seen India Irie. He's going to be with us on Wednesday, May the 20th at 8 p.m. And then on Sunday, May the 24th, we have Tyrone Muhammad, Mortician. Yes, Mortician Who Cares. That's the organization that he's a part of, Morticians Who Care about your people passing or transitioning to the next realm. He cares because they got to prepare the body, they got to clean it. They do Islamic, they do Jewish, they do Christian cleanings of the bodies and funerals. And of course, Wednesday, May 27th, we have Felicia Harden of the Happy Film, one of the producers of Happy Film, but she's also a film producer in her own right. I seen a short film of hers just recently. She allowed me to see this short film of hers, and we're going to talk about that, her journey. And of course, I can't wait to speak about that because she said we can go there with it. So about her going through breast cancer and how she handled it and how she took it. And it's a serious thing for our ladies out there, because a lot of our ladies are suffering from cancers of various types, whether it's ovarian, whether it's breast cancer, or any other cancer. Our sisters got to be able to take care of their health, and don't be afraid to go and check yourself out. Also, on May the 31st, there's going to be a premiere interview. I'm not going to do it live. It's going to be premiered. So I'm going to pre-tape it, and then we're going to put it up live. But it's going to be an interview of somebody's going to interview me about the new autobiography that I'm going to be putting out in the next couple of years, because I'm already started putting everything together, and I just want people to be able to pull certain things out of me, because they're never going to get everything out of one interview. So the autobiography is called When the Late Bell Rang. That's the name of the book that's going to be coming out. When the Late Bell Rang. It's going to be an audio book with that too. See if I can make it into a movie or something. Might have to talk to Felicia about that. Make it a nice. We're going to have to make that happen, because that Late Bell Rang is going to be something else. And of course, I want to remind everybody, if you do want to purchase the next book that's coming out, it's the pre-orders. You can start pre-ordering on June the 1st. June 1st, we'll start the pre-orders and the release of the books. That means all the books will be mailed out to everybody, or I will be doing a release party, online release party, where people can purchase the book right away, because I just bought all my ISBN numbers. I just bought all those. I bought 7 of them, because I got 7 more books to write. And the release party will be either in August or September, but you can pre-order the book. The book is called Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numerovation for Mental Stability, so we can handle certain things by understanding the numerology of it, the numerovation of it, so you can understand even people around you and how to understand these different things. It has 9 great chapters. Right now I'm up to my 3rd one, just going through it and making sure everything is right. And then I got to send it out to the editor and make the editor do what he got to do, and then make the printers do what they got to do, and then we got to do what we got to do and keep it moving. All right. So it's called Numerovation for Mental Stability. Like I said, you can pre-order on the pre-orders will be taken on June the 1st, from June the 1st all the way through. And once you pre-order it, you will get it in between August and September in the mail. So that shipping and handling will be included in the price. So look out for that. It's going to be big, and we're going to make it happen. That's how we're going to do it. And let's see right here. What else do I got to promote? Okay, great. Now, those who want a Numerovation consultation, please text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And if you are outside of the United States, please use WhatsApp, because it's absolutely free. Okay. And if you want to hit me up and become a friend of mine, please go to Facebook at King Simon Productions, or Instagram at King Simon Productions. And also, if you want to find out more about my bio, my information, and all the kind of stuff that I've been doing, you can go to KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com. That's KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com. Please like, share, subscribe to King Simon Presents on YouTube and King Simon Productions on Facebook. Hit me up on that. Please, please, please join me, because I always put content on there all the time, different information, a lot of stuff going on. And once again, I want to thank the one, the only Yolanda Spivey for being a part of this journey. I got to big her up one more time before we get on out of here. I'm going to step to the rear and get the heck out of here, like Frankie Crocker used to say. So once again, to contact Yolanda Spivey, please email at yspivey@mwhitney.com. That's yspivey@mwhitney.com for a free consultation. That's a free consultation about insurance and different types of insurance that you can have for yourself, your family, your children, your loved ones, your grandparents, your older parents, whatever, your father, your mother, whoever you want to get life insurance for. Let's make sure we insure people's lives, so when they do transition, they don't become a burden to you. That means the money is there to pay for the funeral. Funerals cost a lot nowadays, and nowadays they just, cremating people. So we got to be very mindful of that. Also, don't forget the website that she has is www.mwhitney.com or www.theblackInsuranceNetwork.com. It's a Black insurance network. So make sure you show love and show support. On her social media, hit up at Yolanda Spivey, and IG, you can hit her up at Yolanda Spivey. And once again, her consultations are free. And you can also go to her, give her a call, give them a call at this number right here. The number is right there, 1-833 by Black. That's 1-833 by Black, or 1-833-289-2525. That's 1-833-289-2525. I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh and talk about insurance. That's what I'm talking about. We talking about insurance, family. That's right. Thank you for those applause. But I'm gonna get on out of here. It is now in New York. It's like 4 minutes after 8, 5 minutes after 8. Want to respect you. Want to respect your time. I know you got things to do. So I'm gonna end with one of my songs that I'm turning into a children's book, and it's called One Life to Live, because that's what we have. One life to live right at this time. And so make sure you live it positively. And as Marcus Garvey always says, up you mighty nation, you could accomplish what you will. One love, one aim, one destiny. Please, family, stay focused, stay healthy, stay great. I'm out of here. Your brother King Simon is out of here. Bye. Let me get on out. Okay. We only have one life to live. Yeah, 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 yeah. We only have one life to live. We only have one life to live. And we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes. Cause you won't make it no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life anyway. We only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, cause you won't make it no matter what they say. We should always try to live a positive life anyway. We all know time is running out every day. The people that we know, that life is not a game that we play. If you're not sure about this test, I want the whole world to confess that we all should try to live our life the best way that we can. So I know we only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, cause you won't make it no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life anyway. Oh, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, cause you won't make it no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life anyway. We all know time is running out every day. The people that we know, that life is not a game that we play. If you're not sure about this test, I want the whole world to confess that we all should try to live our life the best way that we can. So I know we only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, cause you won't make it no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life. Try to live a positive life. Try to live a positive life anyway. Yeah. Oh, oh, yeah. Oh, oh, yeah. We only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, cause you won't make it.
Always try to live a positive life.